Hey, this is Donna, the Transdimensional Twin Flame and the Afterlife Artist. I've made a short little slideshow of one bilocation experience that I had recently that was extraordinary. I got to experience my own Ascension day when I transitioned permanently to the other side to be with my partner, husband, and twin flame who already lives there. This first image is of our meeting place. This is a crystalline building in the forest behind our house on the other side. There is a gorgeous living tree in the middle of the room. From the tree hang lanterns and crystal wind chimes. The room can be configured in different ways. In fact, there are walls that come out like spokes from a wheel so that you can divide the room into sections for privacy. And usually when we go visit the other side, this is where we go first. We walk through the woods to this building that looks like a clear crystal on the outside, so natural light can come right through it. It also rotates, so you can have any view that you want. And even though you really can't see it here, the sofa is 360 degrees. When I got here, I was laying on the sofa. I woke up, and my partner was sitting there with a giant smile on his face. And basically, I had closed my eyes in this reality and opened them on his side. This next image is of a gorgeous gold and amethyst lotus pendant that he presented me with as soon as I was able to get up and move around. And then we prepared to go over to the other side. And he reminded me that this was the day when we have our wedding reception that he promised me when we got married in 2021. He had already ascended on the other side at that point, but he said, "You're going to have your party," because I didn't think it was fair that he had a party on his side when we got married and I didn't have any of that. I'm pretty much doing this alone here. So he reminded me that as soon as I transition, I get my amazing wedding reception party, which I have already experienced in another bilocation that lasted for 3 days. I was back and forth to the other side for 3 days in August 2023 to experience this concert that we performed on the bay by our house, which I will have to make a separate movie about because it was amazing. After he gave me this necklace and reminded me that we were about to go to our party, we walked through the tunnel to the other side. This tunnel can look different every single time. The first time we went there, it was swirling with images of landscapes, like beautiful sunsets, pretty much like it looks here. All the most gorgeous colors swirling in a counterclockwise way from one side to the other. So from right to left, it turned and swirled as we walked through it. We can also fly through it. You may see scenes of your life. You may see just light and electricity. You may see crystals. It may have a texture, and it can be different every single time. Now, as soon as we emerge from the tunnel, we are in the park area. This is where the reception center, the healing center, and the gathering places are for anybody who wants to go to the cafe, to the libraries, the learning centers, the museums. This is where I have experienced those places. I've been there many times, sometimes to go to class and meet with my team, sometimes to go to the cafe, sometimes to just walk around. But this is a central fountain in the park. It's a tree of life And surrounding it are beautiful lotus flowers, and people can sit around the edge and socialize. The tree is like bronze, but it's also alive and it moves. And up in the branches, little animals play, like all kinds of little squirrels and animals and things. They play in the little pools that collect in the leaves and the branches. And the tree changes its shape all the time. It's a living thing. Now, after we get to the park, we go to a special clearing in the park, and we stand here in the middle of this structure that holds the violet flame. Now, the violet flame is the energy and the light codes that my partner and I carry with us. This is the energy he transmits to me and that I anchor here on Earth, which is part of our twin flame mission while I am embodied. So this energy is highly pure. It is related to the upper realms, the crown chakra, and spiritual awakening, and it's also used for transmutation and protection. So this energy that we bring you is for your own spiritual awakening. It will do something to help you on your path for your highest good in the absolute perfect way for you at that moment. The energy is intelligent. So when we walk into this clearing, all of our family and friends start to slowly gather around until there are hundreds of people. And he and I stand in this flame to be purified. And when we come out, he addresses the crowd and says, "Thank you so much for coming. We're going to have a private meeting with our close family right now. And we're going to go to the healing center for a little bit so that I can get acclimated and we can have some private time. And then we're going to get ready and we're going to have our wedding day reception. We're actually going to have a wedding to renew our vows, but I have not been granted access to that event. We skipped over that and went to the reception. And since there's no time there, that's why I can experience these things before they happen to me in my current physicality, because there's not really any linear time. So you can visit any time you want with your intention if you have gotten to the level where you know how to do this. Now, after we leave this clearing, we meet with our families and we reunite with everybody. Our pets are there. We actually have 2 dragons, and they are there also. And they fly us from that clearing with the violet flame into the healing center that looks like this. This is where everybody goes when they first arrive. It's like a reception center and a healing center. There's actually a separate part that's the healing center, but some of it is also here. This is one of the main lobbies. The floor lights up to tell you where to go. The crystals actually project patterns onto the ceiling in some parts so that it can tell you what section of the building you're in. It projects sacred symbols. See that light coming down from the top? It refracts through those crystals that are hanging down, and it projects sacred symbols onto the ceiling where you can look up at any point in the building and see what section of the building you're in. It's quite ingenious. Now, in the healing center, there are some rooms where you can go to relax. We've been to this room before, but it looked a little bit different. That'll be a different story. But this room was filled with beautiful crystals, and basically it looked like this. And we just spent some quiet time just being extremely happy that this day has finally come. I can't explain to you how amazing it was. The feelings are something that you probably won't experience while you're here on Earth unless you learn how to travel to the other side and experience it. Everybody was so happy for me because I'm permanently coming home. They're all used to seeing me now because by this time, I have visited so many times. I've already visited a lot. And it's just starting. So however long I am here in the physical body on Earth, I will have been traveling to the other side for quite a while by the time I transitioned. And everybody, even the air, even everything in my environment was sparkling with joy. It was a transcendent experience. I can't say enough about it. So I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek about what it's like on the other side of the veil.